Project Move is an initiative of Weener XL Work and Income in collaboration with Italian and Portuguese educational partners. International because youth and employment and vulnerable youngsters are on the priority list of the European Union. The MOVE project is a project where we try to find alternative and innovative methods, especially to help vulnerable youngsters, whom we cannot help with the regular reintegration instruments that we have nowadays, because this group is becoming more and more vulnerable, so we have to find other best practices, other kinds of trainings for them.
In Italy, this point is real challenge because we have a high rate of early school leaving. We have more than 10% that ESF will wish for us and for all European countries, and we need to face with this problem.
We work with 3 countries, the Netherlands, Italy and Portugal, and each country has to find 5 best practices that are related to methods that are used in sport or in culture.
I think to fail the school, it's a consequence of other problems behind. So it has to be a strategy using all tools from the society, and for that the school has to have a direct connection with the society, with the community.
This is the open door to the artists, to the public and the artists. Now we are preparing, training the students. And in the evening, this transforms in a show place. All up there is classrooms, and the administration.
Along the way, when we were working on it, we saw that certain things that we decided in advance that they were quite difficult to execute. Like we were saying that we should do 5 working visits in each country, but that was running from one working visit to another, and we had less time to evaluate and reflect on what we saw. So we decided to diminish the working visits to have more time for other things.
This project is a develop project, and it's an artistic way to work. It's difficult, especially if we want a straight plan, very concrete. But on the other hand, it gives us the creativity, the liberty to improve and to add value to the project.
At the beginning we said we want to choose 2 best practices that we could apply in our own organization, but also in the organization of the other countries who were involved in the project. But we decided to do another outcome and to take all best ingredients that we saw in the best practices and to make like some criteria that is needed to do a workshop in training with cultural elements and sports elements.
We were able to create a guideline and to detect 4 areas, we can call like that, concerning the organization, the guideline, the location, and then the domain. Talking about the domain, we talk about sport and culture. And it was very good to see that there are many organizations using, for example, sport and arts in a way to working on team building, in respect of rules, and in general in social inclusion.
Our 8 schools are situated in the very problematic neighborhood here in Setúbal, which is called Bela Vista. And this is a very specific school because the children don't care too much about school, the parents neither, and we try to make an effort to bring them to school and to give them all the support we can for their lives.
Ais do peito e da poesia e os ais de outras coisas mais.
Gli obiettivi sono fondamentalmente due. Il primo è quello di permettere loro di giocare, che sono ragazzi che altrimenti avrebbero veramente difficoltà a trovare una squadra in cui poter giocare. E l'altro obiettivo invece è un po' più grande ed è quello di provare a cambiare un po' la percezione che si ha del fenomeno migratorio all'interno di questa associazione tramite loro.
Mi piace la squadra, l'accoglienza, poi quello che come mi hanno accolto qua, non mi hanno accolto anche essere nero, ma essere cioè non hanno guardato la mia pelle, mi hanno preso come uno dei loro fratelli.
Then talking about the organization, first of all we saw everywhere good leadership leading team and also the organization.
We don't have a lesson, they go outside the school, and I saw a lot of guys smoke going around the street. So I say, have to take them near the school. How? Play drum.
I like it very much. I love it. It's my world, my second family.
Ik heb een jaar niks gedaan, dus ik heb eigenlijk rond dit tijdstip kwam ik meestal een keer uit bed. En dan ging ik rond 4, 5 uur 's ochtends weer slapen. Dus was het een totaal andere wereld.
Als je tussen de 16 en de 23 bent en je valt uit op school en je zit een half jaar thuis en je doet niks, dan is er vaak wel wat meer aan de hand. We ondersteunen ze eigenlijk met het uitzoeken van wat ze willen. En dat doen we op een manier die nog steeds vrij onconventioneel is. Maar het zit hem echt in vertrouwen en een relatie opbouwen en betrouwbaar zijn.
All the organization we saw, they were able to work with youngest with a lot of passion. And I think that's the way to move something and to produce changement.
This is a special kind of group that has been working with our museum for some years now. And they have very special needs of integration in school. So this is a way of building self-trust and belief in your own abilities.
I belong to José Saramago cluster school. It's only 50 kilometers from the capital, Lisbon, but it's so far away in time. It's like in some parts of this region, it looks like they are living in the beginning of 20th century. This school has already 10 years. It's a new school. And we can see already some slow development because it's about that.
The other question is connected to education, so the guidance and education. And we saw different reality working with youngest, so different youngest, but the individual learning, the individual education, and how can I say, the ability to work one by one, I think that is really a good point to work on it, because it works. When you are able to talk in direct way with youngest and to understand what they need, you can solve the problem and you can face it. The last point that I would like to talk about, the guidelines that we created, is concern the location. Different organizations in Portugal, for example, I'm talking about Chapitão, but also in Italy, in Piazza dei Mestieri. This organization, they create a kind of square, a kind of permeable space where people can go in and go out in a normal way. It's really nice to see that there are no barriers, but you can just move in and you can just decide your path.
L'aspetto della cultura assieme all'aspetto del lavoro, del imparare a lavorare veramente, sono i due pilastri che accompagnano la formazione dei ragazzi. Perché i ragazzi oggi attraverso la cultura possono aprirsi al mondo, diventando protagonisti della musica, del teatro, guardando delle belle mostre, possono scoprire il mondo e quindi anche per loro stessi vuol dire uscire tante volte dalle quattro mura, dalla casa in cui sono rinchiusi.
In this school there is a contest about poetry and I won the second prize the last year and the third prize this year. I'm very happy about this because it's I think that makes you happy and oh my God.
The other important thing that we saw is the concerned beauty. Beauty is in the center. It's not like a kind of element in a framework, but it's really the core of the organization. I think it's the most important things.
I'm smoothing these cases, these little pieces of food, to make something to use for Christmas.
What we want to do is, like we call it, move beyond. That's to start a new project where we will try to use the criteria that we found in this project and to make them practical, and like making some kind of workshop and training that would be applicable also to education and reintegration. That's the following step that we want to do.
Viva Ircres-CNR! Viva